Hey there, everyone, and welcome to the BOZO Podcast. I'm Seth the Dead, and here with me I have my friends Ben Smoke and Stimulated Dwarf, aka Scott,
Hey.
and Philip.
Peekaboo.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. This is episode 3. I believe the first episode has at least 30 views. 30 people decided to pop in and just listen to that podcast, but the second one's got 8. So...
Oh yeah.
So
Burn it up.
I feel like that's always seems to happen whenever we do anything, or whenever I upload anything. Like the
It's
first,
Steven.
it's
Steven.
You're right. You know that. You know, like when we did say something was gonna happen, didn't we? In the beginning of the first podcast, like no one was gonna watch. Like all of a sudden, just people just did not want to watch it. Oh my goodness. Alright, so introductions, that was taken care of. How was your new year and how was your
Good.
week?
Pretty
Champagne,
traditional.
and I was like, "Happy New Year," and that was it.
Did you do anything this week or last week?
Not really.
No?
No
Alright.
significance.
Well, Philip, did you do anything?
Yep, we do what we do every year and watch the Twilight Zone marathon.
Twilight
That comes
Zone?
on sci-fi. Yeah,
I didn't
you've
know
heard
that.
of the old show,
Yeah, I've heard about it.
black and white.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
We watch that marathon on sci-fi, and we have
Pikachu.
pizza and chips, and then we have to be
The story
dragged
door.
away from the awesome Twilight Zone show so that we can watch the ball drop.
That's
little
exactly
joke.
how I feel about the ball.
It's like
dropping.
there's that whole show going on
Like,
for
man,
hours.
I don't
and
want to
then we
see
just
the
go over
world
for
hit
like a minute or
puberty.
two
Like,
just
come
to see the
on.
ball drop. And then we just
Like
go back
that.
to watching sci-fi.
it's
Like,
like,
yay,
hey.
the ball dropped.
Hey kids, you want to see a bunch of people in New York that are having more fun right now than you are? Let's go look at them.
Confetti everywhere. Look at all the confetti.
Don't breathe in too hard or you'll choke.
And also, the confetti will kill you.
Yeah, because the air quality in New York isn't great.
So yeah, that sounds like you had a lot of fun, Philip. Just
Yeah.
watching TV. And Twilight, I haven't seen Twilight Zone forever. Like, do you watch the
It
same
is.
episodes every year, or do you watch different episodes?
Well, it's just the marathon, so
Like, does it start from like the very beginning of the series and then just goes on until
yeah,
until it's it, or until it's midnight?
until like it's it, because it goes on all through New Year's Day.
How
too.
many episodes does it have?
I don't know, but there's a lot. If it can go on, I think all through New Year's Eve and all through New Year's, like constantly, nonstop.
Are they like the 20-minute long with a 10-minute like commercial time
No,
kind of
I
commercials?
think they're half an hour long with
Oh.
like a commercial break after the little theme thing, and then one in the middle, I think.
Okay. Scott's gonna be back in a little bit. But like it doesn't seem like a very long time if they're all 30 minutes long and it only lasts you half a day.
No, it's constantly going for 2 days, New Year's Eve and New Year's
Okay,
Day.
2 days worth of episodes, 30-minute episodes. That's not a lot of episodes, Philip.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of Twilight Zone episodes. I'm solving this right now. I'm looking this up.
That's a
on
lot of
Google.
I'm telling you right now, that doesn't seem like a lot. Like usually, that doesn't even sound like how many is that? That's 20,
Twilight
30 times 24. How many episodes was that?
there.
Damn it, I'm horrible at math.
156 episodes. The following is a list of the Twilight Zone episodes. The
Okay, so that
anthology
actually,
series began October 2nd, 1959, and
How
ended
many-
June 19th, 1964,
okay,
with 5 seasons and 156
okay,
episodes.
5 seasons. What? How many episodes took up every season? So 160.
Well, if there's 156 episodes. and
156.
5 seasons,
That's like
divided by-
what
There's
is that?
about 31 episodes per season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a lot. All right.
Yeah.
You were saying within like 2 days. Like that does not work up 2 days.
I think so. I do. My math
156
checks
times
out.
30 minutes does not equal up to 2 days or 48 hours.
It does.
It does, apparently. Does it, Philip? Does it
30.
really?
That's 4,680 minutes. There's 3,600 minutes in one day, so it gets done within a day and change.
All right. So what does that mean?
Okay. Divided by
I'm sorry, everyone. Shit. Okay, no, we're done.
1.3.
You audio spiked. We're done.
1.3
We're
days.
done. You audio spiked.
Okay,
Stop it. We're
okay.
done. All right.
1.3 days. 1.3 days. Exactly.
I'm horrible at math. All right, and so that was your week, huh?
Yes.
Okay. My week, I have been sick like since Monday.
The man flu.
Not the man flu. Yes, I've been man sick. I've been man ridden to bed, and I've had to I had to drink my man soup, take my man medicine, drink my man orange juice. I don't know. I've just been sick.
All because you had the man flu.
All because I had the
See
man
what the
flu.
man flu does to you guys?
And because of this, I haven't been able to do anything. Except maybe upload that first depth video. But I wanted to do something because that's the first video I uploaded with with a webcam on it. So I was like, yeah, webcam. But I was gonna do a video first of me saying, "Hey, cool, I'm up in the top corner now," but I was so sick I couldn't record anything, and I didn't want to wait to put it up. So I was like, now you see my face up there. Good job. And I'm still sick. I'm still a little bit sick now. I got to see a lot of different movies over the past 2 weeks. And the reason why I say past 2 weeks is because before the last podcast, I watched the movies Divergent, Guardians of the Galaxy, and How to Train Your Dragon 2. I got to see all of those movies. Oh, wait, no. I saw Divergent this week, and I saw Guardian of the Galaxy and How to Train Your Dragon 2. Wait, Divergent? It's one of those kind of... it's a movie based off of a novel, and it's sort of a pseudo-government or it's a fictional government type novel where this government runs this way. Let's see how the world would be like this. I suppose not like really spoiling anything, but
yeah.
But like the book is follow this female. It follows this girl. I forget her name. I think her name is like Tress or something, or is that someone else? I
wouldn't know.
I don't. Her name Tess. I don't remember. And the government is like divided into different sections, and the way it's run, there's a military faction, there's like a gatherers and workers faction, there's the government faction, and the way the government is working is that they keep everything separate because it's easier to control that way, obviously. If everything's unified, it's harder to control, I suppose. I don't know. It's one of those really stupid governments that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it only works for the purpose of the story. But the way this story has a plot is that there are a few people that can actually, I don't know, like stop that form of government from like existing, and they're called divergents. They diverge from what they believe. I'm sorry, what? The audio spike.
It sounds so familiar, but I don't remember. Like I have a feeling I've seen like a trailer for it or something, but I don't remember.
Hang on, I gotta like clear my throat. Hang on. Okay, Um, so like, and that's pretty much it. And if there's any divergence in their society, they get shot on sight.
Wait a second. Is that? I saw a trailer for it on YouTube, an ad on YouTube, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it was like some kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like some thing, like item, object. I don't.
No.
And then.
No, Philip. There was
and
no.
then
There
were
was
like
no.
people with superpowers.
No. Are you talking about like little kids with superpowers?
I don't think they were little, but I think they were kids.
Like something Chronicles or something? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know.
Because it's definitely not that. It's definitely not. I don't know what you're talking about. If Scott were here, he would know what I'm talking about.
But it was about that government or something that you were talking about. Like it was something about enemies of the state.
Okay, I'm here.
Hello, welcome back. I was talking about the movie Divergent and failing horribly.
Divergent.
Yes, over the week, I got to see Divergent, Guardians of the Galaxy, and How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I was explaining to Philip about what Divergent really was. Have you seen it, Scott?
No, I have not.
Do you know anything about it?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, we're moving on. So I was sick. Yeah, I had told before. I was sick all since Monday, and I'm still a little bit sick now. I got to use Power Director 13, so I know how to use it, just as I know how to use Windows Movie Maker. The last podcast was actually put together using Power Director 13.
Oh, okay.
Though, if that means anything to anyone. And I found out that I need to set up everything to be. I have to record at 59.994 frames per second, and I have to have my my project slate to be at 59.94 frames per second. So those are what my videos are going to be like now. And I think someone said here before that YouTube just downgrades them to 30 frames per second anyway.
Unless you, because they're just experimenting with 60 frames per second now, aren't they?
I don't know. Philip, you're the one who brought it up, right?
Yeah, there was this video I saw where he showed the different ways you can render YouTube videos now.
Oh.
And he was rendering like Battlefield 4 in 720p at 30 frames, and then you could do it at 1080p at 30 frames, and then 1440p at 30 frames. And then it went up to like 4K frames at 30, and then you can do that in 60 frames also, and he showed and how better it looked in like 60 frames at a 4K resolution than anything else. But yeah.
All right then, and
because it was a big fuss that you could only do 30 frames on YouTube, because it's like I'm playing these games in like hundreds of frames, yet YouTube can only capture them at 30. It's like, why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this to me?
What up with that?
What up with that? Yeah. Also, during my week, I've been playing a lot of Wasteland 2. I love that game right now, and here's the really like irritating thing is that during the sale, it was during on Steam. It had a set sale of like 25% off, and I got 2 Steam cards for Christmas. So I had like 29 something or 30 something. So I bought the game at $29.99, which is a little bit less than what it would have been. 25% off. And then the next day, it was 50% off. I was so upset. I was so upset. I was like, "Are you kidding? What? There was no indication that it was gonna go on 50% next day." I was so upset.
Actually reminds me of there's a law for retailer stores that if they put an item on sale within like a certain amount of days, then they have to reimburse you
Really?
because they put it on sale afterwards. I don't think digital things do the same thing though. But you think do they? Should they be subject to the same thing that physical retailers are?
I mean, I'm paying for video games, but like for Steam, I mean, there's a lot of people who try to rip off Steam anyway, and like I know I don't honestly don't think it should be the same thing because like I don't like because digital isn't a physical thing, and the quality the price is only based on what people put on the price for, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
I like
Well,
they,
yeah,
like
it doesn't cost like anything because they're not printing discs and stuff. So
No.
it's reduced.
like you're not paying for a disc, you're paying for like the memory and the data, and if you happen
The
to
work
pay
that
for
the programmers and stuff
Yeah.
put into it and all that.
and if you happen to pay for it for a price one day and then find that it's a lower price the next day in the same like store or something, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm so
It's not a physical good, so it shouldn't be subject to the same laws.
no,
physical goods
I
are
mean
subject to.
especially with retail. Like retail's ridiculous. There's so many like I don't even like I've never been in retail. I've never worked with retail, but I can understand how crazy it can be to work
Well,
in
part
retail.
of me wants to say like, yeah, it should be subject to the same laws and things because
Yeah.
then you can't have people like on Steam Greenlight that just can take your money and run. Because there'd be
That
laws
is
against
true.
that.
Well, I mean, there is laws against that in Australia because you know how like stick up their ass they are over there.
Oh yeah, they got up Steam's ass like a
Yeah, they
while
did.
back
They
for
did.
doing stuff like that.
They're like, this is bullshit. This is against our policy
This
of
is,
like.
this is against our consumer policy
Uh-huh.
here in Australia,
So
which
people.
I don't agree with a lot. The way Australia handles video games.
Yeah,
but I
me
think that was
neither.
a good move.
I
at
mean, in
least.
terms of that, with like people losing their money because assholes can't finish their games. So, yeah.
Whee!
So I mean, maybe if I'm on the Aussie boat on that kind of thing, or give me my money if
Yeah.
if
But at
I.
the same time, physical video games in that country cost like $100,
Yeah, I bet they do because they come in
and
at
then
like
they ban games because they're like, we decide what you are allowed because they're like they have a nanny state mentality for that.
Nanny knows
which is really
best.
annoying. I know you're an adult, but screw you. We decide what entertainment you consume. Not that that helps people because they can just like
It just makes them want to steal and pirate
Yeah.
more,
Not
which
helping.
makes game developers lose more money because of that.
yeah, on top of that not everyone plays video games in that country because
Yeah.
it's way more expensive for some reason.
Let
I don't
them
know
eat
why.
cake. Like, seriously. So yeah, that's been my week. Watching Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time. I freaking love that movie. I freaking love that
Oh
movie.
yeah, it's like my favorite Marvel movie.
Yes.
I got it on Blu-ray for Christmas.
I bet you
I was
did.
very happy.
Like my favorite character is Star-Lord. Like he's awesome.
I liked Rocket the most. Everyone likes Groot though.
Everyone likes Groot.
Everybody.
He doesn't do anything though.
Well, he does everything. He just doesn't talk.
I'm like, but like, I just can't relate to a giant talking, like, somewhat talking tree. I can relate to a dude in a leather coat running around zapping me with laser. I'm like, that's cool, because I do that. Like, I did that this morning, and then I'm like, so
I had my rocket boots and laser gun on this morning, man. You don't even know.
I use that mask to sleep at night. So so yeah, that was fun. And How to Train Your Dragon 2 was fun to watch. I love that movie. I love the first movie, and it was a bit of a tradition with me and my dad because that was the first like 3D movie I saw at the theaters. Was How to Train Your Dragon, which is pretty awesome. So anyone who wants to watch that movie or hasn't decided not to watch that movie, it's pretty great. All right, so we spent 22 minutes stalling for you to get your ass back here, Scott, so we can
yeah.
get Bozo News going.
News train going.
All right, Bozo News. Any of you guys got anything to bring up? You go
I
ahead.
do. I have several things.
All right.
Some of them might be what you talked about, because that tends to happen a lot.
I'll tell you if there's anything.
I got a couple obscure ones, and then...
Okay.
Okay, so... I'll save this one till after you talk about the Lizard Squad thing, because I know
Okay.
you probably have that one. Let's see. There's been rumors that the Elder Scrolls Online is removing its subscription program, and it might be gearing up for free-to-play. Which,
That
who saw
sounds-
that coming?
That sounds pretty cool.
I heard
That's
it was
oh,
like
yeah.
horrible because you have to pay for it, and it
Yeah.
is
And you have to pay for more
It's
money,
subpar.
and then you have to pay for the money that you paid for. And
And it splits up all the races of the Elder Scrolls into different factions, which is dumb. It's like the Elder Scrolls, a big theme with all of the single player games has been like the freedom to play the game how you want to play. But then you go to Elder Scrolls Online and it's like suck a fat one. You know?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, 'cause maybe then I might give it a chance. If it's free, obviously. I know my computer can run it. But good God, what took them so long?
Alright, second thing, kind of sad. Christy Canova, the voice of Chucky from Rugrats and Dexter in Dexter's Lab, passed away.
He voiced both Dexter and Chucky.
That's a she.
Oh, she.
What?
Oh, of course it's a she. Of course it's a she.
why is it a she?
Oh, because like I don't know what, but like Tommy from the Rugrats too, right, Philip?
No, I haven't watched that since I was like
The bald kid with the screwdriver.
bald
Remember-
kid with the screwdriver.
Remember the Rugrats,
Nope.
Philip? Remember?
He was the leader of the group. Tommy Pickles.
He
Was
wore
he the
he
guy
wore a
that
blue
had,
shirt
like,
and a
only
diaper.
3 hairs?
he wore a blue shirt and a diaper.
I think I know who you're talking about, and he looked really old, but he was a baby.
I suppose.
Yeah.
yeah. But he was voiced by a woman. Like he was that was a lady voice actor.
Ketchum from Pokemon, also voiced by a girl.
Timmy
What?
Turner from the Fairy Odd Parents is voiced by a lady.
Huh.
A very renowned lady too.
So
I
when I
heard
heard
that.
that she passed away, all I could think of was omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage. I mean, she didn't do that voice.
Is it
I didn't
because
think.
since they're little kids that guys can't get?
Yeah, because they
Voice
can't
actor
reach
like
the
that?
right pitch.
Maybe. I mean, they
Yeah.
could just get
They
real
sounded
kids.
so much like guys. I think that woman.
Well, then they
It's
got
not a
paid to
woman.
do the thing they were
It's a
supposed
guy.
to do. They did really good at making them making their voices to be adolescent little kids.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, you know what? Like the
Understand
craziest.
them.
Did I mention this before? But like, one episode of Fairly Odd Parents. You know how like the whole like series he hasn't like aged at all.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that have like payoff near the end where it's like, oh yeah, that's weird.
But like, here's the thing. It actually explains that in the weirdest thing ever. Apparently, everybody in Dimsdale, including Timmy, was 50 years old because Timmy like made a wish that stopped everyone from aging 50 years ago.
What?
I'm being serious. There was a whole episode about that. Like oh yeah, I kind of 50 years ago I told Cosmo that I wish that everyone would stop aging, so I would have Fairy Odd Parents forever, and then I also had it so Cosmo forgot, and that no one would notice. So everyone just stayed the same
And that
age.
wasn't against the rules.
Oh, it was. He had to get thrown in like anti-jail and lost his Fairy Odd Parents, and then there was a whole episode where the baby, you know how like Wanda and
what's
Cosmo.
the baby's name? It's
Poof.
Poof Poof.
And
Right, is that it?
It's just called Poof.
Oh.
And what's funny too is also Poof didn't like come into existence through like just Wanda and Cosmo jumping each other's bones. It was like Timmy made the wish. He's like, Timmy, hey, I want you guys to have a baby, and then they made a baby
yeah,
for them.
and then Cosmo was pregnant with the baby.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They did not. That was perfect. Like they could have. They if they thought about it, they took the chance to do it. All right, Scott, you can continue.
Oh man.
All right, I got some sort of really thin pop culture-y, sort of not actual news of
Yeah.
like Sony has been holding on to the rights for Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, we talked
Remember
about
that?
that in the first
Remember?
podcast.
They just shouldn't make a Super Mario's Bros.
They've been holding on to that for like a while, and what happened is they're trying to make an animated series now. They're not in series. They're trying to make an animated movie, but because of what happened to that first live action movie, they're like, eh. But
Yeah,
they're
everyone's
still,
apprehensive.
yeah,
I think
there's
they could do it.
there's still an IP there. There's still an IP they can
Yeah.
work with, but they're
Like,
gonna try to make it animated.
As long as they do make it so Mario and Luigi don't talk.
Like they normally do in this thing. I mean,
I just think
Because
it's a
like
bad
that
idea
works. Have any of you played Superstar Saga
Superstar
or
Saga.
Paper Mario?
I have. Yeah, they don't
uh,
talk ever.
I think in Superstar Saga,
What the hell?
neither Mario or Luigi talk, but they manage to have like a decent amount of characterization. And I think people in the other room are stabbing a drill into the wall, so I might have to turn my mic off.
Like, okay, are you guys hearing that audio spike? Like, there's like a lot
Yeah, I
more
heard
audio.
that. I just
Yeah.
ignored them.
Like, where? Like, was that from me? Or was that from? Because I heard that.
Anyway, so Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay, yeah. That could be promising.
Okay, that's all the ones I've got so far.
Okay. What about you, Philip?
What about me?
Do you have any news to bring up?
I do not.
You should contribute to this podcast without just you talking. You have to at least bring some kind of news.
I have to bring something. Okay.
With you.
I was hoping it
you
would
don't-
come later.
Okay, with you, you don't have. It doesn't even have to be video game related. You can bring up any kind of news and we can talk about it. That's up. That's where you. That's your department, Philip. Bring up any random bullshit news. I don't care.
Any
But
random.
but it has to be real, so we can talk about it.
I didn't get to the end of the last podcast, but did you guys talk about the interview in the last one?
Yes, we did. I'm not talking about it right now, Philip. Next time.
What's that?
Next time. Next time, bring up some news. Any kind of news. I don't care.
Did you guys go over the interview? In the
Yes,
last
I just said yes.
Your mic's being all weird and it's like no. So I couldn't hear you.
No, is it?
Okay, never mind. So
Is
I
it,
can't
Scott?
bring that.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Well, I'm glad it,
It was.
doesn't. Okay, well, I'm glad it's not freaking out on my end.
Still
Okay.
recording though, so that's good.
Yeah. So okay, that's it. All right. Warhammer.
Okay, I've got one.
All
I've
right.
got
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Something
Okay.
really dumb. God damn it. Okay, yeah, they're doing drilling in the other room, so I'll just make this quick.
Alright.
Rumors about the new Star Wars franchise. Luke Skywalker will return as an evil robot that has fallen to the dark side.
What?
Yeah, these are all rumors, not confirmed.
You said that's a movie? Rumored as a movie?
No, like a part of the
Yeah.
new like franchise, like
Yeah.
Oh my God.
like as a movie, aside from what movie's coming out now. Is it like?
Yeah, I think this is probably just a joke article to ruffle some feathers.
This sounds hilarious though.
That sounds really funny. Though.
It reminds me of like the animated Star Wars series, the Clone Wars, where Darth Maul comes back with spider legs and was like, "Ooh."
And Darth Maul came
boogly.
back as a robot.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the stupidest
I
thing I've
remember
ever
that.
seen.
Did I say Darth Maul? I did say Darth Maul, right?
Yeah, you said
well, it was Darth Maul, just to confirm it.
Okay.
He comes back with robot legs, even though he got tossed down like a
You
10-story
got his
building.
you got
into
cut.
space.
and cut in half.
You got cut in half.
He bled out. There's no
Yeah.
way he could have survived that. Unless that was just
There
a
actually
robot.
wasn't
But
any
he
blood
came
at all.
back with robot legs, and they hyped it up in the show as like the ancient evil, and I'm like, who the hell is Darth Maul?
Actually, when
Like, I know what
Qui-Gon
movie he's
Jinn-
in. I know he fights people, but who is he? He has like no personality, backstory, or anything.
I know.
Actually, he was the first Sith Lord, excuse me. And when Qui-Gon Jinn cut him in half, the lightsaber serrated his body and corroded, and also sealed up the wound and burned it. So
But why is he the first like Sith apprentice guy?
it
Like,
doesn't, because
Why
George
did he
Lucas.
turn evil?
Because just not in my
And
canon.
then
It doesn't.
George Lucas shows up and he's like, I don't care. I just want him to fight a devil man.
Jar Jar
with a double
Binks.
lightsaber."
Woo!
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, that sounds hilarious. Luke Skywalker coming in as a robot. Luke
I think that'd be
Skywalker though, but
hilarious.
like he's not even dead.
Yeah,
Or is
exactly. He comes back as a robot.
He
for
comes-
No reason.
he
'Cause
comes-
it's far in the future,
he
and
comes
main characters
back.
like
Where did he
Skywalker's
go?
son.
Where did he even go? He comes back as a robot.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
the
it
fuck
ended-
did he go?
It ended
Because I
with
think that happened in the expanded universe. Luke Skywalker turned evil and ended
Oh.
up following in his father's footsteps.
I mean, that sounds neat though. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, but then they made the expanded universe.
There-
They were like, nah, that doesn't exist anymore.
There was gonna be an alternate ending to the last Star Wars movie where instead of Luke Skywalker talking to, where Luke Skywalker was talking to Darth Vader, and instead of like him just leaving, he picks up the helmet, puts it on, and is like, "I'm badass now," and just goes and like starts fighting the rebels. And then George is like,
Even though
"That
that
doesn't
wouldn't make any sense at
George,
all.
I remember George was like, yeah, that doesn't, no, we're not going to do that. we're not going to do that one." Yeah, so he could have almost dropped the ball on that one. And then he
Well,
decided to
have
do
you
it
heard
later
the
on the
rumors
first.
about what the Star Wars George Lucas's original vision for Star Wars was.
I think, I'm trying to
where
remember.
like Obi-Wan Kenobi is like a weird frog alien.
Like,
And
he was supposed to be
C-3PO is
what-
like a slimy used car salesman, and Luke Skywalker has a robot head.
Wow,
What?
that sounds totally
Yeah,
70s.
but then the other people on the project were like, "That's stupid."
And George is like, "Fine. I'm going to go back to my ranch and
When I
just,
become
like-"
the leader in the prequels, I'll just make it exactly how I want, and everyone will love it.
And then Mickey Mouse punches him in the crotch. They're doing it my way now, motherfucker. And then I'm like, oh god. All right. Anything else to bring up?
Sony apologizes for the PSN outrage and
Yeah.
gives 10% off coupons to everybody.
I got one.
they shouldn't
Yay.
be apologizing.
Yeah,
Even though it wasn't actually their fault, but at the same time, a
They've
lot
been
of
having
people
a-
missed out on a
they've
lot of
been-
holiday sales.
Yeah, they've been having a bad week. They've been having a real bad week.
Maybe they shouldn't tie their console functionality to they're always on internet connection, because if that gets screwed up, as we can see, it ruins everything.
Guess what? PS4
And
need to have
Seth
internet.
has the story on that. Go to Seth at the Tech News desk. Do-do-do-do-do.
Guess what? We have other things to talk about before we get to there, so shut up.
Okay, well, I'm done.
All right. Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade updates. As this seems to be like a norm, I'm going to be doing that every podcast. Talk about this. There is a new founder pack. Yay! Called the Pioneer Pack, which is exclusive to early access players only, which means they do not buy a key to the full game with this package. They will need to upgrade to one of the other packages to have a full game key. This is only for like early access free to WoG players who wants to give themselves a little bit more content, have a little bit more bang for their buck, and for that it's only $15. So I'm pretty sure this is the first founder pack or the last founder pack until the game comes out, because the game is to be said to come out this year.
I'm not sure that I like that terminology of like they want to spend money to get themselves more content. I'm like, that. Why do they have to spend money to get? Aren't you supposed to be the people providing the content? Why do they have? Yeah, it's weird. I don't like that.
Or maybe it's the alpha or the beta that comes out this year. Some form of the game that can be played publicly is going to be coming out this year. That's it for the Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade news.
Oh,
Yeah.
in video game update news, last time I talked about the new Shadowrun, and I said it was in Neo Tokyo. I'm wrong. It actually takes place in Hong Kong,
Hong Kong.
Oh my god. No.
and now I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, I don't think getting Hong Kong. Wait, Hong Kong is like in China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
It was like
It's
they
like
were
the
in news
exact
recently.
opposite
They've had
of
the umbrella
Tokyo.
movement happening over there.
It's like the
umbrella
exact
protests and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of Tokyo.
Yeah. We've got
Um,
riots over there, and China's like, we're gonna let you elect new governors as long as they're the ones that we approve of. And then the people are like, no, that's not democracy, you assholes.
No, that's stupid.
yeah. So it's just a big old
It's a clusterfuck.
Riot going on. Well, peaceful protest.
It's a
Way
peaceful
better
one.
than, yeah, that's happening. And apparently, is it still going on?
I don't
think
know.
It's still going on.
I didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah. Topic for next podcast. Anyway.
Yay.
Okay, that's everything I have.
No, what are you talking about?
Exhausted over here.
Okay. I'm gonna bring. There's a new section I'm gonna be bringing into the podcast. It's called Glimpses of TV. The reason why I'm saying this is because I barely watch TV. I know Sky, you barely watch TV. Do you watch a lot of TV, Philip?
Nope.
Yep. And I know.
Netflix is fun.
Yep. Okay. So here's the thing. Every once in a while, I'll like leave my cave and go out into see how the world is doing, and I would see the TV is on, and I would get glimpses of like commercials or TV productions. And when I was watching, Cartoon Network was on, which is strange because usually my sister doesn't watch Cartoon Network.
I have something to contribute to this.
It's called there's this animated. I saw this this commercial for an amazing animation called Over the Garden Wall. I saw this over the week it's a 10 episode miniseries. You guys have to watch it. Like I don't like Scott. Like these are the kind of animations where, you know how I love Adventure Time, where if anything can happen, it does. Except in this Over the Garden Wall, it
really
makes
crapped
sense.
out on me. What's the name of this?
It's called Over the Garden Wall.
Over the Garden Wall.
Over the Garden Wall. It's amazing. It's so awesome. It's got like a somewhat all-star cast. It's got Elijah Wood. It's got Christopher Lloyd, and it's got like opera singers and Melanie Linsky. She's been apparently she's been in a lot of movies. It's a really well done, put together. It's created by Patrick McHale. You know who Patrick McHale is?
I do not.
Name's familiar, but I don't follow entertainment anything. So.
Well, you suck. So he started as a writer and storyboard for The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. He went on to become the creative director, writer, and storyboard artist for Adventure Time. And he now...
I hated it.
W.
You hated Adventure Time, Philip?
No, Flapjack.
Why?
Because it was just dumb.
Well, yeah,
Like,
but...
it's really creepy weird sometimes.
Yeah.
That show.
That and Chowder and then all the new Cartoon Network shows are just freaky and just stop it.
Yeah,
Adventure Time is like... It's a completely different tone nowadays on Cartoon Network.
Oh,
The
yeah,
only thing
definitely.
I like a regular show and Adventure Time, and I don't even.
And you
I
don't
haven't
think
watched
regular
those in
show,
like a
and you
year.
don't think regular show is creepy sometimes.
Not
It
as
get-
much,
it-
not
it-
as creepy as
It
I
gets
mean,
into
there are-
surrealist stuff. Like,
There
whoa.
are parts, but they're not like as creepy as like all those other shows are. That creepy all the time, like 24/7.
I know what you mean.
But
But
that
over...
time in the Misadventures of Flapjack, when it turned out the orphanage was actually the tentacles
I remember
of a
that.
giant undersea monster.
Yep, I remember
In
that.
disguise.
The one-armed-
It was actually
eight-armed-
controlling everyone.
It was 8-Armed Willie. I remember that. 8-Armed Willie
was creepy as
controlled
shit.
everybody. That was strange, yes. And I'm imagining, which is funny because Captain Knuckles was gonna get with the teacher. I'm just imagining like tentacle porn of Captain Knuckles.
Okay, and on that note, now I'm going to completely change the subject. The other day, I'm walking through the house, and Cartoon Network's on, and there's this show called Uncle Grandpa.
Yep, I've
I
seen
don't know
that.
anything about this show.
I can tell
But
you
all I
about it.
see is that there's this tiger that's made out of like royalty-free photographs of
Yeah,
like
it's,
an actual tiger. So it's like stitched together from different tiger parts taken from different photographs.
Yeah.
And it has like no animation. It just switches between poses like instantly in like a single frame. So it attacks this guy. I have no idea the context of what's going on. All I know is it eats this dude, then farts him out in a giant rainbow laser.
Uh-huh.
The guy falls through the sky, hits a city, and then blows up in a nuclear rainbow explosion. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go now.
Okay, so guess what the name, like, I'm pretty sure, Like, the tiger is a female. I know that because I've seen the show, and I'm like, is this show going to be stupid, or is it going to be... Yeah, it's stupid.
Really dumb.
It's really stupid.
Grandpa's voice just annoyed me. I only saw him there for 5 seconds, but I was like, oh god, shut up.
It's like, and he has like Loki, God of Chaos kind of powers, where he can pull anything at anywhere and do anything with his body. There's Pizza Steve, and there's this deep black man voice like Godzilla dude wearing a wife beater. And there's a tiger that has realistic, and she flies around shooting rainbows out of her butt. And
Sounds like the kind of show that I would despise greatly.
And that's it. Along with that, I saw a commercial on Cartoon Network for, you know, those what is those Exobugs? You know, like there's little toys of bugs that you put down and they like move on their own, like they shake and stuff, like nanobugs.
Sort of, kind of.
Nanobugs. You know what I'm talking about?
Sort of, kind of.
Okay. Well, I think it was made by the same company, but they made like a sort of like a fish kind of version of that. And to sell it, they had like a dude dressed up in a shark mascot outfit, but he was wearing a leather jacket, a gold chain, sunglasses, jeans, and boots, and he was dancing
was like a
around.
Costume a real person was wearing.
Yes, and he was rapping about how great the toy is. I was like, what? Why? They could have used a CG, like a shark, because the toy's a shark. Because you have like a toy shark. It's like, yeah, eating that shark and the fishes. I was like, what the hell? No.
I'm just imagining like the production crew wakes up the next morning and like Bill is in like a rapping shark costume. They're like, what the hell happened?
I'm serious. It was this dumbest thing.
Then there's just
ever.
like a videotape on the on the bedside table there. They're like, what is this? Oh god, our deadline's tomorrow. I don't care what it is. We just need to send it in.
It was,
and that's how it happened.
I'm like TV has really. There's a lot of things where I see TV, and I'm like, why? Why did they do this? Was it?
It's because TV doesn't really have its finger on the pulse of American culture anymore, thanks to the internet.
Yeah,
the internet like doubles the speed of like social movements like very quickly, and TV people just can't keep up. So. But to be fair, this is children's advertising we're talking about. That's never exactly been the pinnacle of intelligent advertisement.
I know, but it's just hilarious to see what they come up. This'll make kids totally want that. A man dancing while wearing a tiger, or not tiger. I'm so out of it right now.
Tiger shark. You meant tiger shark.
Yeah, tiger shark. Rawr.
But it's like you buy our toy, or we're gonna send him to your house to annoy you.
Oh shit. What about you, Philip? Have you caught any glimpses of TV?
Yeah, I'm turning the crap off all the time. Those dumb Cartoon Network shows. I'm like, stop watching this. Freaking creepy.
The only thing that I've ever had like an appreciation for now is probably just Adventure Time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that. I love that story, like the story. And I'm serious. Over the garden wall, just over the garden wall, Scott. I gotta show you this.
I'll have to find it then.
You have to see this. This is so awesome. Okay. Okay. So moving on, upcoming games. Until Dawn. Coming out 2015 for the PS4. 8 friends are trapped on a remote mountain retreat. Things turn rocky for them, constantly on the peak of danger, almost driving them off the cliff.
On the peak of danger.
Yeah. Oh, if you didn't notice, I'm making mountain rock puns. But
I hate you.
A horror-based narrative where choices affect the path taken and the events that will happen. There's been a lot of those create-your-own-story games lately, haven't there?
Sort of. I don't know. Like, you know how people have forgotten how to make good boss fights in video games? Maybe they're forgetting how to write things as well.
Well, it's just like ever since Telltale, I swear, like, okay, this happens every time. This is a very good topic. just clones, game clones. You know how like one game becomes so super successful, like Minecraft, and then they make
There's like thousands and billions of clones.
yes, and the same thing now. Telltale has been doing really well making their
I
versions
thought you
of
meant
games.
create your own adventure games, like how Minecraft is, where you have to create your own
no,
story.
I'm talking about.
I didn't realize.
I'm talking about horror-based narrative where the choices affect the path taken and the events that will happen. So like,
it's like The Walking Dead from Telltale.
yeah,
Okay, but this one I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a slasher movie.
yeah, it is. Yeah, that's it's like a horror. It's a horror base, but like
That sounds cool.
it just seems, but like it seems like a lot of those narrative type games where put this in this situation. This person asks you a question. How do you say it? Here's the choices you can choose from. There's been a lot of those out lately. I mean,
That
excluding
could work. Like I like that because unlike my previous comment, which I thought that like it would have no story and it was like a free, open to interpretation thing, which those really annoy me.
Oh, yeah,
I am
definitely.
actually support this because it forces, like, if you're gonna make a game like this, you have to have like decent writing for it.
Okay, because I was rather curious is if these things were just more clones of like narrative. So I was like,
Oh.
I mean, I kind of like these kinds of games. You see where you could, if you're put into a situation and you can see how you like deal with it in your own way, but with like a limited set of choices, and then you
Yeah, I think that's
Proceed.
kind of problematic. Because like if you're gonna have choices like that, sometimes the choices don't go where you as the player expect them. Like LA Noire has a lot of problems
Yeah.
with its interrogations where it's like, oh, I'm gonna accuse this person, but then your guy just goes completely over the edge and he's like, you're Adolf Hitler in disguise, aren't you? Like, whoa, I didn't expect you to take it that like
Yeah,
I didn't expect you to crank it up to 10 immediately, guy. Calm down.
I remember when I first played that game. It was
So
fun.
there's problems with that game. I'm sure I've watched playthroughs of the Walking Dead games where that has been a problem where it's like, no, that's not what I expected that choice to mean.
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It's not it hasn't been as bad in Telltale games though as it
Well, that's
has
because
been in others.
that's because
So that's what you got to
What
be
do you mean
aware
by
of
Telltale
if you're going to
game?
make a dialogue focused.
Telltale is a
game.
company, Philip, or a publisher. There's a game company. They make The Walking Dead. I thought we've already explained this before.
No,
Well, all right then. Moving on.
I know.
But yeah, slasher movie on a mountain with plenty of mountain puns in the description. I like that.
I
See
did
where
that though.
goes.
I made those up.
I appreciate them. I hate you, but I appreciate it.
I made those up. It's got that Hayden girl from The Heroes. You know, remember the Heroes series
Not really.
on the live action.
That was around at the same time Lost was, right?
I think so, but like
Yeah.
it was that movie Heroes, and it was like Save the Cheerleader. That's her. She's
Yes,
the cheerleader.
I remember her.
That's her. She's
Isn't her
in.
power the ability to heal people? and
Yeah,
stuff?
no, heal herself. She was in.
Heal herself.
She
There we
was
go.
regenerative. She had like regenerative power. She couldn't like essentially die.
She was basically Wolverine
Yeah, basically.
in a miniskirt.
With
Hugh
pop
Jackman in a miniskirt, ladies and gentlemen. Get that out of your mind.
Oh God, it's melting my brain. Because of how steamy it is. All right. All right, new game I talked about yesterday. Kingdom Come, realistic open world first person medieval RPG. That is the subtitle for this game.
If it's basically an open world chivalry, I'm down it. I'm
Okay,
down.
that is essentially what it is. I saw things where a guy was pickpocketing another person. He went up behind a dude, used his knife to cut the coin purse off his belt, take the coin purse, and leave. And then I saw you could actually. There's a mini game for you to actually forge your weapons or sharpen your weapons on a sharpening stone, where you have to press the pedal to make the wheel spin, and you put your sword up next to it, and you have a mini. Okay, everyone. Okay, we're back, everyone. I don't know what just happened, but we had like some major technical difficulty.
I know some parts you got cut out. Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. what I was talking about. Yeah, you can put your sword up next to a sharpening stone, and you can like spin the wheel, and you have to put your sword up next to it, and it sharpens your stone for you. There are dungeons.
Is there a chance that you'll like break your sword when you're trying to sharpen it?
I think you could. I think there's a good chance you could actually fail at this. I'd like to think.
If you just screw it up.
What?
That'd be cool.
Don't hurt yourself.
I wouldn't mind being like
the
a
sword
medieval
unless you're
pickpocket.
trying to break the sword.
Being a medieval pickpocket living on the streets.
Yeah, it's
stealing
pretty
money
cool.
from people.
Like the story is, you play as a dude who was a blacksmith, and he gets to become I think a knight or a hero or something, and it's like you go off on adventures, and there's dungeons you can go explore.
Is this like a realistic, or is it like fantasy?
Realistic.
With, like, monsters?
Nope.
Oh, so you're like fighting brigands and highwaymen and stuff?
Yep, just people.
Neato.
And the combat's
Part of me will
interesting
be
too.
a little sad that it's like you don't get a dragon boss fight at the end.
No,
but...
it even says dungeons, no dragons. That's what it's called. That's Dungeons and Dragons.
Tagline.
Yeah, Dungeons, no dragons. And you get to go through these really neat looking like dungeons with a torch, and you walk around, and you like the water looks amazing.
Well, hopefully they'll have like weird like. There's a big problem in like medieval society is like foreign warriors come into your land, so maybe they'll have like in your game, what is it, Mountain Blade, where you've got like a bunch of different types of foreign warriors that you can play as in different factions. You think it'll be like that? Like
I honestly thought, because I saw footage of the player going like toe to toe against a couple of knights who were like had chivalry, like had like chivalrous armor and like heralds and crests from like the family they work with. It seems like a lot of like knight. It's just very medieval. I don't know if there's ever gonna be like foreign people in it. Maybe a Scottish.
Because fighting the same like Cockney brigands might get like annoying after a while.
Maybe.
Like you're gonna need more enemy types than just dude with sword or dude with bow and arrow.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks really neat. So that's coming out 2015. Moving on. A new Mario Party 10 is coming out for the Wii U. So imagine all your other Mario Party games, but with Wii U graphics. Yay.
Oh.
Nope. What?
I don't think he likes the Wii U. He just left.
He did.
I think Mumble hates all of us.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna be next.
Okay, Philip, it's been ruining your life ever since you got like a mic. It's been causing us pain and misery.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And I'm not going to say the next one, because the next one he actually likes the next one. Okay, I'm going to skip to the last one. The Legend of Zelda, Philip. Have you ever played The Legend of Zelda, Philip?
No, I never got into it.
Yeah, he just went down too.
What happened?
He went down.
I am back.
Well, welcome back. Mumble
What
is...
were we talking about?
Okay, Mario Party 10 for the Wii U.
Okay, at last, finally, you can lose friends in Mario Party.
Yeah.
That's the kind of game that destroys friendships, man.
Well, that also Smash Brothers too, because like.
Yeah. Well, it's worse in Mario Party because you can steal stars from people and stab everyone in the back.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like Monopoly, but with Mario characters.
Actually, I believe Smash Brothers is more along the lines you use to like mend.
At least in that one, you can get good.
Yeah, get good. Where like Mario Party, it's luck.
Mario Party, you can just get fucked over by the roll of a dice.
Mm-hmm. And all with the graphics of the Wii U. So yay!
Yay!
All right, so Scott,
much tears will be shed.
So Scott, Persona 5 is coming out 2015.
I know nothing about it. They have kept it under wraps.
Yep, same here. All I know is that it has.
The only thing we have is like
trailer.
a big red picture of like school chairs with ball and chains attached to them.
Well, if you can find it on YouTube, there is in fact a trailer for it.
Ooh.
If you can go find Persona, yeah. or there's a teaser or something. If you can go look up Persona 5, you can go find it. All right. Legend of Zelda 2015 is just called The Legend of Zelda, and it's coming out 2015.
That's gonna supposedly be the open world Skyrim-esque
Yep.
Zelda, right?
You're damn right. So that's going to be pretty neat. I know nothing about that. All I know is that open world, amazing graphics, blue scarf, I think.
Yeah. It'll be like Skyrim, but way more colorful.
Yeah. Nintendo's been following a lot
Hopefully
of the
they'll have the that
pastel
system in the new thing where you rent your equipment and stuff.
Oh,
I think that would
like,
definitely aid in the open worldness of it.
I think that renting system was only in that handheld
Yeah,
one.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's in the handheld.
Yeah, but
It's in the newest handheld Zelda,
That's why that's what I'm saying.
and
It's
everyone
like
likes
there's-
that system. So I think they should keep it.
Well, like I'm just saying, like Nintendo has a habit of just using one system for every game. Like, well, I mean, I guess that is
Like,
in the
Legend of
title.
Zelda has always been the same thing until recently. It's always been like go through dungeon, find item, use item in dungeon.
I'm just talking
and
about
continue to
I'm
next
just talking
dungeon.
about like what you do to get there. Like, first Legend of Zelda, you used a laser sword. The second Legend of Zelda, what was that? What was the second Legend of Zelda? Or was it just Legend of Zelda 2 or something?
Well, that was the 2D platformer that kicked your ass really hard, wasn't it?
No,
And
that's
the one after that was Link's Awakening, right?
I have no idea. Link to the Past or something?
Yeah, but yeah, the first Zelda, Link to the Past or Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah, Link to the
whatever,
Past.
kept the same system.
Link to the Past was the second one. Link's Awakening was the third one. And then the fourth one was Ocarina of Time, right? That was the third. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, it's very long and very confusing.
I don't know, but like every Zelda title has always had something like a little bit different. Like there was the Ocarina, there was the Wind Waker, there was
They
the
have a
riding on a
different
bird
MacGuffin
and
each
Skyward.
time.
Yeah, every time. And then there was the Minish Cap and the Minish Cap, and then there was the Hourglass and the Phantom Hourglass, and there was the Spirits Tracks, the train thing. Was the dumbest shit I've heard.
And then the Twilight World in Twilight Princess, where you turn into a wolf.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite ones.
I don't know what the MacGuffin for Legend of Zelda is. I think it's like a power sword or something. Or I don't know.
Yeah, but
or
hopefully in the new one they'll capitalize on, since it's supposedly super open world. They'll capitalize on that and make the equipment system as open as the world is, so to speak.
so to speak. All right. So yeah, news, just regular, good old-fashioned news over the holidays.
Just watched the Persona teaser just now.
Yeah.
Still no information. All I know now is it takes place in a big Tokyo-esque city.
Awesome. Okay, news over the holidays. P.S. The PlayStation Network and Xbox Live was down due to hacking. Over Twitter, a group called Lizard Squad has taken responsibility for the hack attack. It was to teach a lesson to Sony and Microsoft about how weak their security is.
It's true.
Yeah. As of recent, an alleged member of the up-and-coming hackers group called the Lizard Squad was arrested in the UK. A kid from Florida went on to call the authorities about how the PS4 and Xbox networks were down, and the receiver at the police station just told the kid to go read a book or go outside.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the extent of what happened there. So hackers attacked PSN and Xbox Live, and they're like, get good with your security, and they're like, oh, don't do that. And
Well, this sort of brings to mind a problem I've always had with Xbox and PlayStation Live,
yeah,
where your console basically becomes non-functional when not connected to the internet and not doing handshakes with the PSN and Xbox Live servers.
yeah,
Where it's like, you can't save anymore because we can't access the cloud. That's stupid. Like, at least Steam gives you like a couple weeks before it's like becomes non-functional in offline mode.
I remember that.
But in that, where it's like any problem, DDoS attacks are a pretty common problem, which is this was. And to have like no sort of backup plan when something like that happens, even to like mega corporations, Sony and Microsoft, and just telling when they have a problem with your internet, because the internet is not it is not a completely stable thing. Like, I'm sure each of you guys, like, once a month at least, have some sort of problem with your internet connection.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not something that's reliable.
Like we just experienced.
And to have your entire system built around something that is, it's like building a house on sand. It's going to fall over eventually. And then to tell your customers to bite the bullet because your console can't handshake is just not nice. Not smart. And this has just emphasized the problem.
In the terms and conditions somewhere that no one reads about that.
About what?
About it's not their problem.
What do you mean?
You decided to buy it.
I'm gonna say that doesn't sound right.
Increase the quality of your service.
Right,
give them a couple weeks of leniency. Because not everyone, hell, not even everyone in the United States has internet where they are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And to have like your game console need an internet connection just to save your game seems kind of dickish.
That was the problem when the Diablo 3 came out, because when everyone found out that you needed to be connected to the internet at all times to even play the game.
The big always-on debacle.
Yeah, that was a bit of a problem, especially when Xbone came out with their like the first and only version of the Xbone where it needed the.
We need to have our creepy robot eye watching you at all times.
The Eye of Sauron watches you. I see you. So yeah. So better optimize your network and your coding and your security.
And don't treat your customers like dogs on a leash.
I mean, obviously,
as soon as the leash breaks, they're left to their own devices.
Okay, like you just said, obviously their internet network is important, why the hell is the security for it so like stupid that any group called the goddamn Lizard Squad can go and just like destroy it? Why isn't there
like an early 90s dinosaur focused TV show?
Why
Lizard Squad?
Like, why isn't their most important asset?
Well, it never will be 100% secure. Like I said, the internet is not a stable thing.
I know that, but I'm just saying, why isn't it better? Because the Anonymous, like a while ago...
Because they haven't had anyone punch them in the dick lately until now.
Anonymous
so they get
did, in
fact. And don't bother to increase their security unless something actually happens.
Well, Anonymous, like the group Anonymous, did in fact hack them before. Was because of some thing where they were suing a dude for like copy. I don't know. It's like some weird. But Anonymous got back at Sony for like a person that, you know what I mean? Like they got at him and they hacked him.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the point.
So yeah, here's the problem I have is like for Sony, the corporation, this isn't really a problem. Instead, these hackers are affecting your customers' end experience, while it pretty much doesn't affect the company itself.
I wonder how they react, though.
You should not be leaving your customers' experience at the hands of anonymous internet people. That is not good.
I'm actually rather curious as to how they react to this. Oh, I know. They give us $10 gift cards to everybody.
10% off coupons, even though the sales were like way more than that. But,
I didn't get that. I think I got that thing that you got before, Philip. Remember that little
PS.
gift, the gift card I got from the PSN.
You get $10.
I finally got that like a week ago. So, and I don't know how long it's been, like a month since you got yours.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took so long to finally get mine, but yeah, I got one. But so yeah, that blows. Moving on, Microsoft is making their own web browser for Windows 10. Codenamed Spartan, described as to be similar to look and feel as Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. When Windows 10 comes out next year, it will have both Spartan and Internet Explorer for backwards compatibility purposes. For what reason, I have no idea.
It sounds really dumb. Of like, what's the two most popular internet browsers? Yeah, it's similar to that.
Poor
even though Chrome and Firefox are completely different creatures.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like they're similar to two different things completely. It's similar to this Rhino and this Peacock.
So yeah. But to be fair, if it's not Internet
Just
Explorer,
mash
it's
those together and
like,
you'll get
you can't go like once you hit rock bottom with Internet Explorer, there's nowhere to go but up.
Yep, pretty much.
So,
Yeah,
Well-
Internet Explorer is really bad.
Yeah, I remember when I used it all the time. I was like, yay, Internet Explorer, I don't give a shit because I'm like 10.
yeah. And then it turns out it's a giant security risk because it's like the number one most easily hacked like browser.
Yeah.
And they actually had a legal problem where their computers were supposed to be shipping with different internet browsers because of this.
Oh, like
It was supposed to be like a mixture of Internet Explorer and that. And I think they had to pay money because of this thing. It happened
Yeah.
like 3 years ago, so I do not remember at all what happened.
Well, with a code name like Spartan, you hope it might be the new web browser for Windows 10. And also, Windows 10, I wonder how that's going to turn out.
Probably pretty crap.
Because we're in Windows 8 right now. Are we going to be moving into Windows 9?
They're skipping Windows, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Was Vista Windows 9? I don't know.
Because Windows 8 was is the most recent one.
Yeah.
Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, and now Windows 10.
Yeah.
Comes with Spartan.
Oh, wait a minute. I know the problem. I know why they're skipping Windows 9.
Okay, explain.
Because companies' softwares and stuff, to check what Windows version you have, they see whatever number is in the first digit section. And if there's a 9 there, they'll think you're running Windows 98.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like the laziest way of finding out
That's
which Windows
dumb.
version you have, but it's so widespread that Microsoft actually found it as a problem.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Just for a stupid digit number? Why can't they just make the code be like something different? And then
No, but shut up, though.
it just they can have the code have like a different number, but actually just call it Windows 9. Like,
Well, the question you should be asking is, why is your
That is
software
not
to find out?
To actually do work.
I'm gonna hurt
Seth.
you, Philip.
We can't actually be doing work.
It's Microsoft here. God
Well, it's
damn
not
it.
Microsoft's problem that the most common way to figure out which Windows you have for like every program is
Right.
to just see what the first number after the word Windows is.
Okay. In Metal Gear, here's a little like silly little thing. In Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, players can earn themselves a chicken hat by failing and retrying the same level enough times. The chicken hat takes it longer for enemies to notice you and a longer delayed reaction time to spotting you, all while looking like a jackass.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so like the guy who made Metal Gear Solid from Konami was like, or no, that's Konami. He put this thing in. You know how like there's a lot of weird, some silly things in Metal Gear Solid. Like there's pornography like stuff.
The
And
banana gun,
like the
and
banana
monkey mask.
Yeah.
That like limits your field of view, like you're actually looking out of a plastic mask.
Yeah, I remember that. And like, what is it? Guns of Patriots. If you like don't kill all the Patriots, but you just like silence them or tranquilize
Sneak
them.
past them and
No,
stuff.
no, you tranquilize them because you have to fight them. It's a boss fight. If you just tranquilize them while they're in like I don't know nudie form, you can get their face mask and just wear that, and then the guards will be like, "Oh my god!" They'll be like, "So kawaii, you!" And then they'll be like following you around with like hearts on their faces and stuff. I'm being serious. You just dress up like them. So yeah. So like, if you force a person, like. So if you fail enough times in a section, you'll be given a chicken hat.
Barely understanding what you're saying.
I know. I'm having horrible internet over here too. And so if you fail
Oh
enough
yeah,
times,
I've seen the chicken hat. I'm like, that's pretty great.
it's like it's
It's
just
like I appreciate it's like there as a crutch for people that aren't good at the game, but at the same time, it's insulting.
yeah, it's
I
supposed to
like
make
it
fun of
very
you
much.
for being sucky at this game. Okay, over the holidays, a man bought a PS4 for his son only to find a bag of rocks inside. At first, Walmart... Okay, here's the really kind of like... At first, Walmart wouldn't reimburse the guy because there was no proof of how the product got into the store when they first, like bought it. in the first place because it was returned to the store by another customer. So,
But did they not have the receipt?
no, here's the thing, is that Walmart didn't even check the contents of the PS4 box when they got it back from the other customer. So they're like, this feels like a PS4 is inside this box, and they just chuck it into the back until some fool finds it and then pays for it. And they're like,
Oh, so someone stole the PS4.
Oh no!
Sent it back.
No, someone didn't. Like they bought it. Like the PS4 was actually bought. The PS4 was actually bought and just returned, supposedly. But instead of returning the actual PS4, it was just a bag of rocks. And Walmart's stupid apparently, and just
That's
couldn't.
pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh my God. That's,
And then they
someone
just
ripped the PS4 off.
Yeah, and then they
Somewhere.
go and sold it to another person, a bag of rocks, with the price of a PS4. And they're like, "Oh, we can't give you money because we have no proof of how that box came in here from another customer." And but eventually, yes, the manager.
That's fine. He'll just package it back up and send it back for a refund.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They wouldn't take it back. At first, they wouldn't take it back. They're like,
oh, so now they're checking what's in the box.
yes, now because the father was like, I'm gonna make sure there's actually a PS4 in here, and he's just looking around, seeing if all the contents is like, these are just a bag of rocks. What? So he goes back to the Walmart. Walmart's like, nah, we can't help you. And then the manager's like, yeah, I'll refund you your money. So he got all his money back.
Well, good on that guy.
Yeah.
Thanks, manager man.
Okay, esports could be considered for the Olympics.
I disagree
Why is that?
because physical prowess is the focus on the Olympics.
Okay.
And I appreciate esports because it requires mental prowess and reaction time.
Yeah,
But it's like how chess isn't in the Olympics.
like
It's
that's
just not very exciting to watch.
but like not exciting to watch. Yes, but like here's the argument that the guy from Blizzard, like Blizzard Entertainment, came to say. He said that
Get out of here.
it should be. What's wrong with Blizzard, Philip?
They're
It's
just,
cold.
they're just, yeah.
What's wrong with Blizzard, Philip?
I don't know. Just esports shouldn't be in it, so I'm blaming Blizzard.
Okay, all right. Anyway, the guy from Blizzard, a guy from Blizzard Entertainment says is like, esports. Like he made the argument that gamers have like great reaction times, like you say, like they can perform like at least 300 tasks just from reacting to a certain situation when they're playing their game. And
Have you seen those South Korean like
like
StarCraft players?
Yes, I have, and
Like,
it's
oh my God.
ridiculous. Like micromanaging, but like precision micromanaging. Not missing a beat, not missing a click. Every click is worth it. Like, oh my God. And he also goes on to say that it shouldn't be considered a sport, but a competition, like chess, like you just said, like chess.
Yeah,
Chess
see,
should
there
be
you go.
considered not a sport, but a competition. And it should be.
Well, I would argue that there are better avenues besides televised Olympics to do this. Like Twitch TV, for example, would be far
Yeah, they
far
do that all the
superior.
time.
I mean, they also have it on MLG. Did you know MLG does live streams?
Oh yeah.
So there's that. But like just like the possibility could like esports as in like MOBAs and like stuff that actually have major competitions with them. It could be considered for things for the purpose of just calling it a competition
Yeah.
and having skill in that for the competition. So
It's just, well, it's sort of like that now. That people are into esports. It's like people that are into professional poker. Like not
Yeah.
everyone's into that. It's like has very niche appeal. Which is probably why like chess isn't in the Olympics, even though it's a very like game that requires a decent amount of skill to play.
I love how you say decent.
Philip is really like, I don't know. Do you like chess, Philip? You play a lot of chess,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
'Cause you're a big nerd.
And high
Yes,
level
sir.
play in chess is like very very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But it's not in the Olympics because, like I said, it has very niche appeal.
I mean, they took away wrestling from the Olympics. Remember that? Yeah.
Why?
Like wrestling, one of the most like ancient and first starting up like Olympic sporting events has been taken out of the Olympics.
Do they have a reason for it?
I don't
Or did it
remember.
just, like,
I don't remember what the reason was, but it's out. There's no more like.
it seems dumb because
Yeah.
the Olympics to me has always been like based on the traditions of ancient Greece. Like
Guess what?
the
Out the
greatest
window.
athletes of every country assemble
Out
to
the
play
window.
traditional games.
There it
So they're like,
goes.
nah.
It's on the pavement. Got ran over. It's.
Is it because like did it not test well? Was viewership down or something?
Oh, that's stupid. If that's the reason, then I'm gonna like
'cause
lose
I like
faith
the
in
idea
humanity.
that Olympics are controlled by like committee thinking.
Well, that's
Like,
what
I
I'm
like
also
that.
was gonna say. Like maybe people are bringing up esports because if there's like video games involved, I would probably watch the Olympics and be like, oh, I could probably get in and follow a professional team
Yeah.
that goes and represents USA against people from like Russia or
But
Or-
at the same time, esports is also kind of committee controlled. Where
yeah.
like Halo has been the biggest one, even though like it's Halo. Like even
It's just
like it comes off to me like Microsoft paid a bunch of money, so this is the game that they have to play. It's Halo.
I mean, it could
Not
be anything.
like they don't find the most well balanced thing that requires like the most skill to play. Like that it like I get like that sort of feeling from esports and stuff.
I mean, wouldn't that be
like-
neat though to see like one of your favorite like professional like players from professional teams be
Well, that's
joined
the problem,
together
is I
into an
don't
American
have-
All-Star team? I know that's because I don't follow that. I don't follow that
I mean,
either.
I would admit that would be a fantastic event for like Twitch or MLG gaming and stuff.
It
like,
would
that
be.
would be some big thing.
but
But I don't say you have to have it on the Olympics.
I mean, I'm just saying there's a very
But to be considered an Olympian
Possibility.
level sport, I'd say yeah, sure, why not?
yeah. Okay. Moving
I
on.
mean, they have curling in there,
Yeah, they have curling. Where you sweep.
so why not have Halo or esports or whatever? Yeah, that's another problem is esports. What type of esports? Like MOBAs?
Any kind, I
shooters?
suppose.
Like shouldn't those be broken down into different categories as well?
I don't know. It's just
So it's like saying like
it was very
we
broad.
should
It
put
wasn't very
sports
broad.
in the Olympics. Well, which sport? Just sports.
We should go to a concert and listen to bands.
Yeah,
I want to go.
exactly,
I want to.
exactly.
Let's go listen to bands.
Yes, exactly. I very much like all this music. Oh yeah, this band in particular. No, the music.
I like
Which
music.
music
I
band?
like. Let's go to concert to listen to music from bands,
Yes, exactly.
and then the band
So, yeah,
is just
that's
called
sort of
bands.
a problem there. But yeah, I think if it was handled well and it was considered an Olympic sport, sure, yeah, why not? That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gets the new game mode called One Shot, where players get reduced health and have to choose from Sledgehammer Games and help from a Call of Duty Pro Nade Shot designed sniper classes. So imagine,
So it's just a giant quick scope of Palooza.
yeah, pretty much. But that's all it is. It's just players just with sniper rifles shooting each other. And I mean, it does sound pretty dumb, but like
Well, there's
people
only so
who-
much you can do with Call of Duty multiplayer.
Well, I mean, this is
so
new. This is supposedly the new thing because, like, I know what was it, Black Ops? They added
Couldn't you
sticks
just
and
make
stones.
that as a custom rules sort of thing anyway? Like just everyone's sniper rifles?
I mean, you could do that, but then people are like, "Man, I wish this
Like,
was an
are there
actual
special
game mode."
gameplay elements involved in it?
Everyone has lower health, so you die a lot quicker with one shot. That's the thing. It's just called one shot. So if you aim,
So it'd sort of be like 007 Golden Gun mode, where
I
everyone
suppose.
gets a golden gun.
yeah, I mean, I've never played, so I'm not familiar, but I'm assuming
Alright.
if it does like insta kill, so it's just like sniper
Golden
rifles.
gun is always one shot kill.
And the thing is that there's different design sniper classes. So there's classes that
Oh,
have hip
okay.
fire only, or there's classes that have snipers that have a higher rate of fire. Some class, it's also designed by this guy named Nade Shot. He's a Call of Duty Pro guy,
Yeah, name's familiar.
Yeah, he's been on the TVs and the YouTubes lately. All right. And that is literally it. Funny how Scott leaves right when we're just about to be done with this podcast. All right. Do you have anything to bring up, Phil, before I go into my channel news?
Nope.
All right. Channel news. I have been using the Power Director 13. I created the last podcast using it. I've already mentioned this. I want to learn because I do have a webcam software for my webcam. I downloaded it a while ago, and I'm going to learn to sync the webcam software with the Bandicam video. So, all right. So yeah, so I'm gonna be learning to try to do that because I found out that Bandicam's little built-in webcam overlay feature, doesn't work great with all videos. So it kind of ruins the frame rate of some games. Some games, kind of like Sniper Elite V2, it kind of ruins the frame rate a little bit. So I have to learn to use my webcam software along with my video game.
Is it like you've experimented with it?
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna have to try to learn to get really good with that. It's interesting enough is that's how a lot of big name YouTubers do, is that they have a webcam software and then they have the recording software and then they just clap or they do something and they have to sync it up to a sound or like a cue, and then they put that together on that same cue when they're like rendering their video and editing it. So I'm gonna have to learn how to do that eventually. But right now I'm sick, so I don't give a shit. So and that is pretty much it for the BOZO episode 3 podcast. Not a very long episode.
Well, this was to be expected.
Like 1.5 hours.
Fine.
1.5 hours, I think, from what I remember, because I had to stop recording and then continue recording from our technical difficulty. I don't even know what happened, and you guys are barely hearing me. So this wasn't great. I'm sick. My computer's sick or something. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, guys, that's literally it. And you guys have anything to mention before we go?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm done.
Okay. I'm just
Blame the Lizard Squad for all our internet problems.
I haven't had internet problems because I haven't been on my PS3, only to watch YouTube. And I do remember stuff like that. But I remind you guys, watch Over the Garden Wall. If you really like Adventure Time and Over the Garden Wall, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's so cool.
Are they half-hour episodes?
No, they're like 11-minute hour episodes.
Oh, that's even better.
11-minute hour episodes.
11-minute hours. 11-minute hours.
Okay, so yep. All right, guys, that's it for the BOZO podcast. I'm Seth the Dead. This is Bunsmoke. This is Stimulated Dwarf, and we'll see you guys next Sunday. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.